up to 30 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet, occasionally to 8 feet.
Morning, gang. We are underway. We're going to South Plainfield right now. I got 31,000 pounds of drywall, a little bit of plywood, some spackle, and we're probably about 35 minutes away by now from that. They know I'm coming. It's a lot of drywall. When I left this morning, I got up kind of late, and the forecast said 100% rain, like pretty much 8 a.m. till like 5 or 6 p.m., like the whole day, basically. So I got up kind of late. I was ready to put my heavy-duty rain gear on, and wasn't raining at all. It feels like it's gonna snow, if anything. So it kind of threw me off. So I put my my warm clothes on, and I got an extra pair of rain gear in the truck in case. I love having rain gear, There's a lot of things I love. Rain gear, a good pair of boots, a good pair of sunglasses, and I like hats. I want to open up my own store, just those things. You think it would work out? Oakley dealer. Alright, I've been through so much of those products. I feel like I finally found the best ones. So, but things are always improving.
To 4 feet, occasionally to 5 feet. Wind detail, southeast 3 feet, 4 seconds, and southeast 1 foot and 9 seconds.
I'm 10 minutes away. 10 minutes from 8, so I was supposed to be there at 8. I think we're gonna just make it. Come on, man. Hey, I've been behind this stupid car.
Good luck.
Oh, we're done with that one. Did a pretty good job, I think. It's starting to rain harder now. I didn't get too wet. I got wet, but I'm not drenched. That was a lot of like ferrying to do with the Moffett, so that took me like an hour to do that. Everything's off the truck. Just gotta drive back, and not sure what they're gonna have for us, but it's a good amount of drive time. Let's see how much. Let's see what the Jeep says. 49 minutes. So an hour. I don't want to hold that guy up. Nobody wants to be stuck behind a truck. A little road courtesy. I don't want to fly through here either if somebody's behind me being impatient. The GPS brings you to a totally different building. But yeah, when I pulled on the street, I'm like, okay, this looks familiar. It's got to be that one I went to last time. You know, there's no directions on the ticket. But that's a giant warehouse. I wonder what they're going to use that for. Yeah, we've done a lot of those where they're just gutting these giant warehouses. You know, some of them from like World War II. You know, when they were like manufacturing like crazy. You know, some of them still have those big cranes up. There's like roof crane that slides on the rails inside the building. That one I couldn't tell. They had it pretty gutted down, so. We're on the way to Washington Township. This is gonna be a mess. This is gonna be a huge mess. Lucky I have my other rain gear. I'm all suited up. It's raining hard now. There's gonna be a lot of traffic. I don't know, maybe a little over an hour, I'm guessing. So we're gonna get down there. There's another driver there already. Hopefully he's not stuck or anything, because it's gonna be pretty muddy over there. We've been there before, but usually they have a big forklift to unload us, but they went home, so it's just the Moffett in there, and the ground's all uneven. It's on a hill. It's real muddy. It's not really compacted down, so this could be potentially a real mess. And hopefully we don't get stuck, and we can get this lumber, where they need it, so we're not like blocking anything in, causing more problems. But it sounds like a lot of the people went home that were working there, so at least maybe we'll have some space to work with. I got all short lengths on me. It's all like pre-cut 9-footers. I got I got 1,176 2x4s, and I got 1,512 2x6s, all 9 feet. The weight is 39,000 pounds, so this is a beast. We're at, I think we're about at 12.6 in height. I know there's no bridges we gotta go under, so you know, besides overpasses, but those are way over, you know, 14 feet. So we're good there. Know where we're going. It's gonna be Dunkin' on the way. I'm gonna get my coffee, and this should work out pretty good. Should. It will work out good. I don't know about the other guy. He might. I don't think he's been there before, so. I've saved this guy plenty of times. You know, him getting stuck or breaking something. I don't think he saved me yet, but I've saved him maybe 4 times. Yeah, about 4 or 5 times actually. Hopefully he has it nice and smooth and he's done by the time I get there. Got my Dunky Dizzles right here. Filled to the brim. Oh. Yeah, we're only like 5 minutes from the job. We're gonna head over there. The other driver just said he had a really close call with pulling out of that job site, and it didn't sound good. There's a blind turn there. It's 25 miles an hour, that speed limit in front of this job. When people go 40 and they're coming around the blind turn, and when you pull out of this job site, the trees and the machines are kind of in the way from seeing down both sides of the road. So you kind of gotta, your nose of the truck is sticking out in the road before you can actually see what's coming. So we're just gonna be extra careful with that. He was gonna wait for me to help me back in, but I've been there before. I think, you know, it'll be all right. It sounded like he did the delivery pretty quickly, so I don't think he had much. What they were telling me, I have the bulk of it. So we'll see what we run into over there. Let's roll out. Yeah, this Dunkin' Donuts right next to Aladdin Smoke Shop, and then next to that there's I guess it's a restaurant called Jafar's. So all of a sudden I want to watch The Lion King. Maybe just beginning. Alright, doing a little bit of a fact check. That's not from The Lion King, right? It's from Aladdin, the movie, not The Lion King. It's literally the name of Aladdin Smoke Shop in Jafar. That's all Aladdin. I don't know why I thought of The Lion King. Similar, same shit. Got the pull up to this one. You see how the blind turn up here. My flasher's on. I'm gonna back in here nice and easy. we just crushed that delivery. That worked out pretty good. Had someone help me in and help me out of there. But as far as the delivery, it went less muddy as I thought. I thought we were gonna be like foot deep in mud and just slow. But it was pretty solid. It was just like some surface mud. No big deal, you know. Had enough room to put them down, and I stacked up like, you know, 3 like towers basically, and so it's accessible for them. The truck was on a bit of an incline, so getting those last ones off, like up by the headboard, were a little tricky because I don't think he wanted me to back up anymore into the mud, so I kind of had to do it from there. And a couple of those ones, the 2x6s, you know, they were just gonna slide right off my forks because I had a little mud on my forks, and just with the rain and the wetness, they were gonna slide. So I'll show you on the video. The one, you know, if I just went and picked it up, it would have just slid right off onto the truck. Made a huge mess. I don't know if you ever, you know, these bundles of lumber that I got, you know, when you break those open, they don't look like much, but when those things break open, they go all over the place, and you start lifting them up one by one, that's when you realize how much is in that pack, how long it's going to take you to restack, and it's an awful time. So, you know, it's good to be extra careful, because I you know, picked it up on the left side of the unit because, you know, the truck was sloped down, so I picked up more on the left, leveled myself out, and then I centered the load on my forks where you could rest the lumber, and I pushed it back to the middle, so, you know, once you're back on level ground, it's not like falling off. So yeah, that went pretty well, and hopefully got some good footage there. And we were right around the corner from my old stomping ground in Emerson, and we're just picking up some stuff and headed back to the base. Be a good time. It's probably gonna take me, I don't know, this will take me a little bit to get the lumber, and then it's an hour ride back probably. So I don't think there's anything else going on today. A lot of, you know, I'm surprised, you know, these framers are tough, but for them to leave the job just because of the rain is, you know, you don't see that too much. But this was a big crew. Who wants to be wet and cold, you know? But we deliver. Rain, shine, snow, wind,
fire, all that kind of thing.
You know, the only time, if they're not doing deliveries, then I might stay home. You know, if it's a real big snowstorm or something, then I might stay home. They don't know I can plow really good. Snow plow. I'm just a good plower. I did it for years. So they don't know that I know how to snow plow, because I don't want to do it anymore. I stopped doing it, like, at the same customers even, but I stopped doing it about 6 years ago. I stopped snow plowing. You know, when you put in a lot of hours in your regular job, and then you're gonna put in a 24-hour period at least where you're doing all your customers. And yeah, I went 38 hours straight once. I felt like I was drunk, and that's how tired I was, shot. So yeah, we're picking up some beams for somebody for tomorrow, bringing them back. And I'll wake you up in a little bit.